Do you have pets? Is your pet behaving strangely? Could it be a skinwalker? To find out, watch this video till the end. Hello viewers, I'm OnGod, and you're watching Times Telepathy. Grab a pen and paper, and let's dive into the mystery of skinwalkers. Now, I am going to tell you a real story that was posted by a Reddit user, Mr. Harris. I will narrate this story from Mr. Harris's perspective. Let's start the story. I've lived in the same quiet neighborhood for over 20 years. Everyone knows everyone. So when Alex moved in a few months ago, I was the first to introduce myself. He seemed like a good kid, polite, quiet, kept to himself, but then he showed up with that dog, a black and white mutt. At first glance, nothing special, but there was something off about him. Something I couldn't quite put my finger on. He was too still, too observant. He didn't act like the other dogs. I first noticed the dog sitting on Alex's porch, just staring at the street, unmoving. He didn't bark or chase after anyone, didn't run around like most dogs would. He just sat there, eyes fixed on something, like he was waiting for something or someone. When I walked by, I felt those eyes on me, sharp and unsettling. I've had dogs my whole life, but none had ever looked at me that way. This wasn't a dog just seeing me. It felt like it was studying me, sizing me up. A few weeks later, I ran into Alex while he was walking the dog. New pet? I asked, trying to be friendly. Yeah, this is Max. Just adopted him, Alex said with a smile. But Max just stared. No wagging tail, no sniffing around. Just those eerie amber eyes fixed on me. Nice dog, I said, trying to smile. You, be careful with him. Alex gave me a strange look, but I let it go. It wasn't my business. Over the next few weeks, I noticed Alex acting strange, tired, like he hadn't slept. Sometimes, I'd hear him talking late at night. But when I looked outside, it was just him and the dog. Max would be sitting on the porch, staring at the house, his eyes never leaving. Sometimes, he'd be watching mine. One night, I heard a deep growl outside. Looking out the window, I saw Max in the driveway. His body was tense, his eyes glowing faintly in the dark. I almost went outside to check on Alex, but something held me back. It wasn't fear, but a feeling. I knew I shouldn't step out. The next morning, Alex was loading his car, pale, shaking. Everything okay? I asked. I have to go, he said, barely looking at me. Take care, Mr. Harris. Then he was gone, speeding down the road. I never saw Alex again. Weeks later, a new family moved into his house. Curious, I walked by the shelter where Alex had adopted Max. There was a new sign. Adopt Max. He's special. I stared at the picture on the sign, those amber eyes staring right back at me. I kept walking. Some things are better left alone. Now let's talk about its origin. In the deserts of the American Southwest, the name Skinwalker carries an aura of fear and mystery. The Skinwalker, or naaldlooshii, in Navajo culture, is a shapeshifter who can transform into animals, typically wolves, coyotes, or ravens. This legendary figure represents the darker side of Navajo spirituality, embodying the dangers of abusing spiritual power. The Skinwalker myth is deeply ingrained in Navajo traditions, serving as both a cautionary tale and a symbol of the consequences of violating sacred laws. These creatures are seen not as mere monsters, but as human beings who have crossed a dangerous spiritual boundary, gaining supernatural abilities by manipulating dark forces. The Skinwalker legend originates from the Navajo, whose spiritual beliefs emphasize balance between the physical and supernatural realms. Central to their culture is Hózhó, a state of harmony and beauty in the world. However, skinwalkers are said to have disrupted this balance by using dark magic to gain shape-shifting abilities. The transformation of a skinwalker is said to be triggered by specific rituals, garments, or spells. Typically, a person takes on the form of animals like wolves, coyotes, or birds. But the transformation is not merely physical. It also brings with it the creature's instincts and abilities. For example, a skinwalker in the form of a coyote may gain heightened agility and senses, making them capable of swift movements and sneaky attacks. These creatures are also said to have supernatural abilities such as telepathy, mind control, and the power to curse or heal others. The transformation is tied to a corrupt desire for power. Skinwalkers are believed to use their abilities to manipulate people, infiltrating their communities and causing chaos. Many stories of Skinwalker encounters describe figures that appear human but exhibit animal-like features or behaviors, creating an unnerving sense of fear. Although Skinwalkers belong to the realm of folklore, there are numerous reports of sightings and strange occurrences in the American Southwest. The Skinwalker Ranch in Utah has become a hotspot for paranormal activity, with mysterious creatures, strange lights, and unexplainable phenomena. Witnesses claim to have seen animals behaving in unnatural ways or heard unsettling noises, all suggesting that Skinwalkers may still exist. Many reports describe encounters with shadowy figures or animals that seem to be watching from a distance. Skinwalkers represent the fear of the unknown, the loss of one's identity, and the violation of natural laws. Psychologists suggest that the allure of these legends stems from the way they tap into primal fears. Fear of being controlled, manipulated, or harmed by unseen forces. The Skinwalker embodies a deep-seated anxiety about what lies beyond human understanding, and the fear that something might be lurking just out of sight, waiting to strike. Whether one believes in Skinwalkers or not, the legend has a strong psychological grip, leaving an imprint on anyone who encounters the story. For the Navajo people, the Skinwalker is not just a tale of terror. It's a reminder of the consequences of spiritual corruption. The myth warns against using magic for selfish or harmful purposes and stresses the importance of maintaining balance with the natural world. It serves as a reminder that straying from sacred traditions can bring about destruction. In Navajo culture, Skinwalkers are often associated with witches or outcasts who have forsaken their community and embraced dark practices. Their role in Navajo society is one of caution and fear, as they represent everything that goes against the cultural and spiritual harmony that the Navajo strive to maintain. The Skinwalker legend has also permeated popular culture, appearing in books, movies, and television shows. While these portrayals often focus on the Skinwalker as a monster or villain, they often fail to capture the deeper spiritual and cultural significance of the legend. For the Navajo, the Skinwalker is a symbol of the misuse of power, the danger of violating spiritual traditions, and the imbalance that results from such actions. Now, how you differentiate between animals and Skinwalkers, remember, according to Navajo legend, are distinct from animals due to their unsettling traits, unnatural behavior, and supernatural abilities. While animals act instinctively and predictably, Skinwalkers display unnerving intelligence, mimicking human voices or behaviors and acting aggressively or unpredictably. The legend of the Skinwalker is far more than a tale of terror. It is a profound reflection of Navajo cultural values and spiritual beliefs. Rooted in warnings against corruption and imbalance, the Skinwalker serves as a symbol of the dangers of straying from sacred traditions and using power for selfish or harmful purposes. While modern portrayals often reduce the Skinwalker to a mere monster or villain, the Navajo see it as a powerful reminder of the consequences of violating the harmony between the physical and spiritual worlds. Considering these facts, if your dog starts behaving strangely and doesn't respond to your calls, it might not be your dog. It could be a Skinwalker. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Times Telepathy. Until next time, stay curious,